Hello everyone, welcome back to Eat, Sleep, Reef. So I know I didn't do an update last week, been a little bit busy, family stuff, as a few of you may know I do have a baby girl on the way. So sometimes, life gets in the way and we got to be building cribs, painting rooms, so on and so forth. So for today's update, it's going to be, as the title states, we're going to be covering, it's not really going to be an update, kind of is, kind of isn't. But I really want to talk about angelfish. So a lot of people out there absolutely love angelfish, and I think it's just because of the variety of colors that they're offered in. There's, the flame angel, there's a red stripe angel, there's the lemon peel. I mean, there's just so many variations of them. And especially, someone like me that has a smaller tank, something under, 60 gallons, we can't really go out and buy crazy looking fish, crazy tanks, nothing of that sort. So we're really limited to our options other than your average clownfish, damsel, chromis, a few wrasses. We're just really limited. So I think all of us, in the smaller range of tanks, we're always looking for that color. We just want that wow factor. And not being able to add, big fish tanks, certain kinds of tanks, we really start looking for something else. So that's where a lot of us sooner or later will get introduced to angelfish. So I'd say by far the most common angelfish we see in small reefs, big reefs, just reefs in general, is a flame angel. I mean, it's a beautiful fish, some really nice red in it, some blue, some purple. It's a great fish. They're not aggressive. They're only aggressive with other angels. And even then, I've seen multiple angels. Typically, they do better in bigger tanks. But yeah, generally the flame angel is one we find. But I think a big question and a big issue we run into is it reef safe? And you're going to notice a lot of people say yes, a lot of people say no. Some places will say with caution. And generally, you're not really going to know until you actually try for yourself, because every fish has its own personality. So I've had my fair share of flame angels in this 45-gallon tank. I think I've had a total of 2 or 3, not because they've died. I've actually sold them, or because they were too big or not the right color, whatever the case is. But I think I've gone 2 for sure. I believe it was 3 angels. And the first one I had for about a month and a half. Then I figured it was way too big, and I had a chance for someone to take it, and I had caught him. So I said, there's no better time. So I got rid of him. The second one was actually one that lasted quite a while, and I never had issues with. Now that I remember, he never was biting at coral, doing none of that stuff. So that one actually, I ended up, I think, at that time in my reefing experience, I just thought the bioload was too much, so I got rid of it. But that one I never did see nip at anything. Then now that I remember, I had a third one which started nipping almost immediately and was hell to catch. I had to literally take out my rocks, and I said never again. So recently I went to my LFS and I saw this red stripe angel. I think that they're also known as ably. I mean, I can't even pronounce the name. But generally they're known as a red stripe angelfish. Now this fish was absolutely beautiful, as you guys can see. So I picked it up. I think I got it, believe it or not, for like 16 bucks. Picked it up. I was very excited to go home. I knew in the back of my head, I said, remember, if you do add it, it's going to be hell to get it out. And these fish, angelfish, are known, if they do start nipping at corals, they can obliterate ACANs, SPS, like literally overnight. So I took the jump, the leap of faith, and long story short, it started nipping within the first, 5-6 hours. Right away went to the SPS, was obliterating my poor SPS. I had noticed the SPS kind of like not being the way it was, so I immediately thought it was my water parameters. So I did a big water change, because that's what I thought it was, but no, I actually ended up finding out it was the angel. Because as soon as I started seeing the ACAN start receding, I said, you know what, this guy, it's for sure this guy. So sure enough, I waited him out, and I saw him nipping. He wouldn't eat any food. He would just nip at corals all day. So I had to get rid of it. I had to get rid of it. I put it in my office tank, and in the process of rehoming him, hopefully he can go to a better home, someone that really doesn't have coral. I've noticed for angelfish, even the ones that do nip, they typically don't nip at zoas and they don't nip at euphilia. But SPS, acans, luckily this guy didn't go for my scolie, because I literally would have flipped. But luckily he didn't do too much damage. Everything is recovered ever since then. But I'm just here to tell you guys, in my experiences, I now officially vow, and you guys are my witness, I'm never going to do an angelfish in my reef ever again. You guys, we got Scout's honor here. So yeah, I just think I'm over it. There's just so many fish out there that I don't even think we need to be putting up with that. Because literally, you can have an angel. I've heard stories where they're good for a year, and then just one day overnight, the whole acan garden is gone. So you know what? I've made up my mind. I think adding the scolie is what really doesn't want me to risk it. Acans are pretty easy to get back. But if that thing would have taken a nip at the scolie, it probably would have never recovered or partially recovered. So I'm thankful of that. Oh, look at this clown. I mean, this clown, I literally just fed him. He almost seems like he just had a food coma, and it's kind of like when we eat a lot and we just lay down. Look at him. He's just absolutely having a field day. Well, anyways, but yeah, guys, I just wanted to let you know my experience with the angelfish, the red stripe angel, the flame angel. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to watch this video and say, I'm still going to give it a go. By all means, you're more than welcome to try it out. As far as I know, I'm not going to try it out. And again, mainly because of scolie I have. Scolies are very expensive, and when they do get damaged, they really almost never recover, or they take a super duper long time to recover. So with that in mind, I don't think I'm really to take that risk. And by all means, you guys are more than welcome to try it out. Am I saying here that every angel is gonna eat your coral? No. I've heard great stuff from some angels, but for sure, I should have known this. The red stripe angel is by far one of the worst ones that are known to eat and nip at coral. So I think that if you do want to try it out, if you're like, I'm not going to listen to this guy, he doesn't know what he's talking about, I still want to try it out, I would say try a flame angel. I've had luck with one for sure. I don't know why I got rid of him. That was just a dumb move. But for sure, do a flame angel. Flame angel typically are the ones that tend to do a lot better. So I think, if maybe I get a bigger tank in the future where it has more area to swim around, and it doesn't get to look at acans all day, maybe he won't go nipping at them. Also, typically you'll have better luck if you feed a lot in your tank, because then again, they'll always be full and they won't want to be nipping at stuff. So this is just going to be my experience, guys, with angelfish. As far as I know, I don't think I'm going to be adding an angelfish ever to this 45 again. Maybe in the future in a 100-gallon, but for sure not in this tank. And I really hope you guys got a little bit out of this video, especially you guys on the fence when thinking of buying an angelfish. Yes, they're beautiful, but trust me, you're better off just looking at them in the LFS. Maybe if you do have euphilia in your tank, you don't have acans, you don't have no meaty coral like that, no SPS, you can probably try it out and you'll probably have good success with them. But for you guys that have a tank like mine where it's really mixed, I'd say don't even mess with it, because one thing's getting the fish in there, another thing is getting it out. Depending on your rock scape, some scapes you'll probably never ever be able to fish them out without a fish trap. So yeah, so we're gonna end this video here, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys got some useful information, and if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, always, guys, leave them down below. For you guys that aren't following me on Instagram, please go check me out on Instagram. I just reached 11,000 followers. Thank you, each and every one of you that's been a part of that. Here on YouTube, the subscribers are growing. It really fuels me to always produce great content. Makes me really happy every time I see a new subscriber. So I want to thank each and every one of you. And for you guys that haven't been part of the notification squad, be sure to hit that bell so you get notified as soon as we release a new video. And we're going to end this video here, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Happy reefing.